Historical reenactment is the name of the game. Okay, well, not technically. You basically read short stories and then get quizzed on them. Did a god give another god a delicious donut once? Okay, now you do it. That kind of thing, only not so tasty. It's more like tribal regalia or whatever instead of a donut. Everything else is basically just about keeping the tribe alive long enough to copy the gods. I didn't realize that right away and got confused about what the goal was. This is because you can do everything right and something in the reenactment still might not work. I kept thinking that I was either picking the wrong answer or needed more people or some other mechanic was at work. For example, here, she is supposed to get hit but dies anyway. It happened a few times to different tribe members, so I thought that I picked the wrong dialogue option, which was very confusing since it did say she got hit in the lore. I tried other choices, it was annoying. I felt like I should have passed the quiz, but kept losing tribe members and facing problems anyway. Later on, I got frustrated enough to look up what to do online and saw that I had picked the right option and that other players had been confused too. The problem was that your chance of succeeding varies, and when you fail, you don't know why. There's nothing in game that tells you why. Apparently, there are many little things going on behind the scenes because the gods are petty about who gets to play them, when, and why, but that feels lame. She doesn't know enough about plants. Kill my loyal follower. Other things seem petty too, like whether or not they accepted a sacrifice of cows. I'm feeling like a burger joint here. After I learned that, I decided not to play anymore. I already didn't like the lore because it felt jumbled. The lore is made up of a bunch of stories. Most of these stories just bounce around their plot points in a really random way. It's easiest to just show an example. Here's an actual bit of lore, and here's how it seems to me, like a Mad Lib puzzle. Reading different myths that read in this sort of way was boring to me. It felt like sorting through a mess to get the right quiz answers. And I didn't want to have to memorize these things, which I didn't enjoy, just to be quizzed on them later. At the same time, saving the tribe and following the deities wasn't engaging because I didn't care about them. They had little personality, other than pettiness, which was more inferred than direct. Meanwhile, in the gameplay, there's some basic combat, random events with random people, but there's also some weird stuff mixed in. The random events seem to jump back and forth between dull and unpleasant. As for how the game looks and sounds, it's not bad. The music is meh, and I tuned it out. The graphics are pretty decent though. There are many different images for different situations and varied NPC portraits. Otherwise, there's just not much to say about the game. You just have to hammer home an option on a quiz even if it fails, if you know it should eventually work. But sometimes it seems pretty impossible to solve, such as when you might need a woman with a certain set of skills, but have no women, let alone one with a good gardening skill or whatever the heck it wants. Anyway, I wouldn't recommend the game for young kids due to the content, women being carried off, adultery, sample the dough, etc. As for everybody else, if you like the idea of exploring a fake mythology and being quizzed on it while doing some basic tribe management, then you may still like it. I think it just depends on whether or not this writing style's your cup of tea, but it's not mine.